Hey everybody, welcome back to Boom X Beauty Beat. I am beyond thrilled to have Caroline Latona here from Fractal Studio. We are sisters from another mother because I am all about what she does. She is a glamour photographer, and she is specializing in women over 40, which we're going to get into the jam on this because we got a lot to talk about. You know, I've got a 25-year, history of doing glamour photos. I owned photo studios in the past. The philosophy behind it is just, so women don't understand how important these photo shoots are. They just think it's an extra, but it's really not. So welcome, Caroline. I don't want to mess it up.
Laura, it's good. It's all good. Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited about this. It's been a while we've been planning it.
Oh my goodness, I know. And well, you just had a baby. You got to give yourself a minute too. Geez, she's got a baby that's 7 weeks old. What's your baby's name?
I do, Zoe.
Zoe? Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's so cute. I bet you're already taking photos of her.
Oh gosh, I take like a million a day.
A million a day. Well, I don't know if you've watched any of these episodes, but I always get interested in how people get started and what they do and stuff like that. So I'm going to take you back to your interest in photography and how this started for you. Can you tell me the
Okay.
story?
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, it's not that much of a story, but really photography has just been a part of me, a part of my growing up, a part of my childhood. I was that kid who had a mom who had a camera at home and always took pictures. And then I just took up interest in it. And my teenage years were actually filled with a lot of taking pictures and developing pictures in the dark room, just for fun and
Mm,
exploring and all that good stuff, right? And then once I went to grad school, I was in grad school when I actually started as a business, and it was just getting extra money for a poor grad student in Michigan State. And, it just kept growing on from there. And then when I had my fourth daughter in 2016, that was when I went full time.
did you
And I
say
haven't
fourth
looked back
daughter?
since then. My
Did you
first,
say
my first
first
daughter.
daughter? Oh, phew. I
Yeah.
was thinking,
No,
oh,
not fourth.
okay, holy kid, gotcha. Sorry.
No, I have two of them now. So my first daughter, when I had her, was when I went full time, and it's been growing since then, and I just haven't looked back. So it's not much of a. It's not like there was an epiphany and I saw the light and then it came up, but it was just a gradual process. So it's just been something that I loved, and it just transitioned from just being a hobby to something that I now spend my entire day, spend my entire life doing, helping other people, especially women, like you said, feel good about who they are, help them to see themselves differently, and just that taking them through that transformation journey to be able to see themselves in a new light. It's amazing, and I'm so excited to be talking about it with you today.
Yeah, me too. And I'm so thankful that you have decided to put a specific emphasis on mature women, because I remember shooting, and I tell the story a lot, whenever I'd get like a woman that's, in her 40s, especially in her 50s and beyond, photographing their face to me was so beautiful because of the wisdom in their eyes. It's like they start to get life at that point, and it's a different shot. You might get like these little perfect little baby faces in the modeling world, which I started in, but I really loved their they're just their energy and
Yeah,
their
absolutely.
confidence and all of that. And those, I found it especially in those that were 50 over, those that are maybe like 35 to 50, in that range. I felt like the photo shoot gave them confidence that they didn't know that they should be having. And it was just it like for what happened with us. I saw women start a business. I saw women
Mhm.
change their relationship, change the dynamic
Yep.
because of that
It's
confidence,
it's
all
it's a
kinds of
very
things.
like my mantra is the confident woman. That's what I want to build. That's what I hope to achieve with every portrait session, just building the confident woman. And that, and Laura, I'm sure you know about this a lot too. As women, we tend to go through life experiences and it hits us differently
Yeah.
than the guys, for example. And for us, it's like no one ever tells you, it's like you're not pre-warned, right? And then once it begins to hit us, you're like, oh my gosh, am I the only one, going through life alone like this and stuff like that. But and I mean, I enjoy photographing all women of all ages, but like you said, there's just something about mature women because it's a whole different thing. It is people who have lived through a certain phase of their life and they're now in this new phase, and you just sometimes want to revisit. So you feel like, oh, the best years are behind, but that's not true. That's what we've been made to believe. And
Yes.
then just helping them to be in the now and see the beauty and, like I said, the wisdom, and celebrating that strength, that wisdom, that beauty. It just comes out very, very differently, and I
Yes.
enjoy just helping women just be able to see that. And it's life changing. It is really, because I mean, like, I've had clients that told me, you know what, like, all I needed was this photograph, because now I put my favorite one right by my bedside at night, and I look at it every morning when I wake up, and it helps me to go through my day, because I'm like, oh wow, that is me. That is the person I want to be. And it's not like, oh my gosh, that's that person. That is who you are. That is you right now. And you just go ahead with your day with all that gusto, with all that confidence, with all that chip in your shoulder, knowing that that is who you are. And I just love it, and I could talk all day about it.
I mean, I am so with you, and it's just it's moving. Like I see, their makeup cried right off because I
Mm,
think we get stuck in how we see ourselves one way,
right?
one look, one
Yeah.
thing. And what's unique about a glamour photo shoot is that we see you, you
Hmm.
see them, you see through all of the things that they are feeling
Right.
into their real beauty, into their
Right. Right.
soul almost, right?
Right.
Not
Right.
almost, really you do see their soul. When you're shooting
That's what
somebody,
it
you
is.
are.
That's what photography is. It's
Mhm.
basically light. And I like to use the root word, going back to the basic, is light through someone else's soul, right? It's how I see you. I see beyond what their history is, what their story is. Like for my clients, I'm meeting with them in a space of about 2 to 3 hours first to get to know them. I don't know their entire life history, so I'm seeing who this person is right now, and I'm seeing their beauty in a way that they haven't seen it. So I help them see through my own lens. Like, put all your history aside, put all the bad stuff aside. This is who you are right now, and I just want to help you see. This is how I see you, and I want to help you see how other people see you as well. Because we're really sometimes just clouded by our own thoughts, our own
Yes.
experiences, that we don't really get to hear our own achievements and really feel it. Like you said, we're just so into our feelings that we don't we just begin to talk about things that we do, like, oh, I did that. But women are doing amazing things, and we're not even giving ourselves credit for it, right?
Yeah,
So it's just
yeah.
helping you see yourself through all that. Let's just call them cobwebs, and seeing the real you, and just bringing that light out, and it's awesome.
Absolutely. I think that another hurdle that women had to get over when we were shooting is the idea of them having a portrait of themselves on the wall and that not being an ego thing. Because they're like, oh, I don't want to see that big picture of me on the
Yeah,
wall.
yeah.
And literally, like, that is well, I think I was reading something of what you wrote that I found. It's a daily reminder of our beauty, resilience, and self-confidence.
That's
That
it.
daily
That's it.
reminder. It's not an ego, I'm so
No,
hot
no.
thing. That's not what we're
Yeah.
trying to say with
So
that
you know
portrait.
what, Laura? I had a woman tell me, "Oh my gosh, a portrait of me on the wall. That's so vain." It's not. That's not.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not show off. people think you put portraits on the wall to show off. No, portraits tell a story, right?
Yes.
They tell a story. They inspire you. They do way much more than showing off. It's kind of like when you have a vision board.
Yes.
Why do you have a vision board and then you're putting it under a bushel, right? What's the point, right? And
Yes.
that's what portraits are. They're it's a reflection of you. And you wake up in the morning, you wake up to it, and you're like, you probably, maybe you woke up on the left side of the bed, like they say,
Yeah.
and you're feeling like, oh my gosh, and then you see this and you're like, who is that person? That's me. And
Yeah.
and it just changes everything for you. That's what wall portraits are for, and
Totally.
we think about it like, oh, I just want to hang like art pieces on the wall. It's a certain kind of thing to hang on the wall, but you deserve it. You deserve to be that art piece that that is on the wall, And
Absolutely.
apart from, also, it's actually scientifically proven, Laura, and I don't know if you know this, is that when you have portraits in the home, it is very therapeutic as well.
Wow.
For you, for your kids, it is. I actually went through some scientific papers. I'm a little geeky in that academic aspect.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are actually academic scientific papers that have proven it, the effects of portraits in the home on the wall, whether it's small pictures, whether it's big ones, but they do have an effect in helping you feel more self-confident, in
Mhm.
helping you feel like you belong in a particular space, in this, whether it's in your home or whether it's in this sphere that you have that. And it's that daily thing. You just keep reminding, you just keep seeing yourself that way. It's kind of like when the more you think about something, the more
Yeah.
it manifests. You just,
Yes.
before you know it, you become that. So
That's
it's
right.
it the effect is and for some people, they actually, I know of a particular counselor that uses photographs as part of her therapy for women. And it's just amazing how much he's able to change things like self-esteem, confidence, and just bring you from, that maybe unhappy place to a really
Yeah.
good place. The effect is amazing. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, when we used to have the women come in, okay, this might just be us, Carolyn, because we used to give them a glass of wine. Because they get that frozen, sometimes that frozen face,
Yeah.
and give them a glass of wine, and then whoosh, all of a sudden, because when we used to shoot a few looks, like not just
Yeah.
one look, and you'll have to tell me
Same
about
here.
your.
Same here.
Yeah, and start out with something, maybe they're going to wear t-shirt and jeans or something casual, then something, maybe dressy or glamour, and then we would do
Hmm.
boudoir. And the
Hmm.
boudoir, by the time they got to the boudoir and their wine was finished, that's when they were ready to really like, woo. And, women get really conscious of like, oh, I've got lines in my chest,
Yeah.
I've got, but the key is how to shoot their angles to get the right
Hmm.
angle out of somebody, because obviously gravity, you move yourself in the wrong
Yeah.
direction, things will start to like double chins, and
That's right.
everything starts
That's
to
right.
happen. But you have to trust the process. You have to trust that you're not going to shoot them in a way that's going to be not flattering. And they really have to hand that over and give that trust to you to know what you're doing, because you've learned your angles at this point in time, and you don't have to worry
I
about that kind of
love I
thing.
love that you mentioned this, Laura, and that's one of the things that I really, really spend the time with my clients to be able to do that for them. Um, for the most part now, we don't even do the wines anymore. And why that is because for like, when I start my session, when I meet my clients, we already connected in a way that they relax and they are confident in what I'm able to shoot for them.
Yeah.
And they are able to consciously do it because they believe in what I'm doing with them, and they
Mm-hmm.
see the difference as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for like, when I meet with the client, for example, we are sitting down for an hour or two, just getting to know them, and I really enjoy that part, getting to know who they are, getting to know what they're very self-conscious about, because that's what helps me to be able to create portraits that flatter them and avoid things that they're very self-conscious about, right? And just
Yes.
getting to know like what their preferences are. Laura, I was taking selfies of myself this morning, and yeah, and it just the thought occurred to me that we all take selfies, right? And we expect that our selfies will look like a professionally taken photograph,
Yeah.
when it's like no way. And that's why most women go, oh, I don't like the way I look in photos, because you you're not taking flattering photos of you. You're not seeing yourself, and you're not able to shoot at angles that help you to, you really flatter your body. And we all have different body shapes and sizes, right?
Yeah.
But just helping my clients build that trust is a huge part of my process. And it just totally makes a difference too in how they are able to shine. But in place of wine, though, we do a lot of music and dancing and just helping
Well,
them
ooh,
loosen
no,
up.
that's
Yeah.
great. And you're
So
you're female too, because we used to shoot with a male shooting them. And I think it
yeah.
makes women a little more nervous. With a
Right.
female photographer, I think they can relax a little easier, because
Mhm.
you're not judging them in the same way a guy judge. You know what I mean? So
The way
I
that they
think that
feel
that
that the
you have
guy
an
might be
advantage.
judging them.
What's that?
I'm sure your partner wasn't judging them, but because
No,
we're just self-conscious people,
that's
like
right.
it's just like, oh my God, what is he thinking about me? But
That's
yeah,
right.
well, I don't know if it makes a difference, but it's just a huge part of the process which I enjoy.
Yeah. So can you walk me through your like from beginning of how it works and how the shoot works
Okay.
and then how it ends, kind of, and
Oh,
what
I'd love
what
to.
they end up usually purchasing at the end. Yeah.
Oh, I'd
Like what
love
kinds
to
of
for
things?
sure. Yeah, so for the most part, most of my clients find me on social media or through friend referrals who have gone through the experience, and they just tell their friends, you gotta go experience the same thing. And the first step usually is if you come on my website, they schedule a call with me. So we spent 30 minutes just chatting, asking them questions about themselves, getting to know them, and just getting to know who this person is and what kind of session we might be doing. So based on that, we schedule like a style consult where I help them shop their wardrobe, look at outfits that will be fitting for their session,
Yes.
and then they also are able to look into my studio closet because I have like really glam dresses that they are welcome to use. So we'll look at that. So we select outfits that fit the style that they would like. It's usually a lot of fun, and I have like really fun dresses. So we do that, and then we look at different ideas. Usually, some people would come with like Pinterest board of ideas
Yeah.
or Google links, and some people just don't come with anything. But I help them through the process to find out what they like, and then we just try spend that hour to 2 hours just getting to know them and getting to plan their session. And after that, we then schedule the session day itself. I call it a celebrity for a day experience. So basically,
Yes.
just imagine being a celebrity for the day. You come into the studio, you're getting pampered with your hair and makeup being done, and it's always so soothing. Many people actually fall asleep while they're at it.
Yes, it's really relaxing. So you have
It
somebody
is.
doing hair and makeup, right?
Yes, yes, yes. So
Perfect.
the artist does their hair and makeup and all fun. And then once that's all done, of course, music is on, we're having fun already. We start changing into different outfits. And we could go from, like I said, like we could go from everything glam to boudoir and intimate portraits. And we just have fun changing from one outfit to the other. And many women don't realize that it's more workout than they're used to.
Yeah,
Like
it's work
it's
changing.
just I know you're just going, but it's a lot of fun that you're not
Yeah.
thinking about it.
Yeah.
But once you're done, I have many clients tell me, "Oh my gosh, I went home and I slept." It's just
Yes.
relaxing. It's just it's so we do all that and then have fun. And then once that's done, we sit down together. Okay, we look at all the portraits we have spent time to create together, and I go through it with them to help them choose their favorite ones.
Yes.
So
Is
I
that the
don't
same
just
day, Carolyn? Is it the same day?
So they do have a choice. Some people like to do it all on the same day. Some people
Okay.
like to come back for it. But so for people that like to do it same day, one of the things that I've started doing now is to introduce like a brunch box where you can just, have a little bit of a brunch, take a break, and then just fill your stomach and then get on with the process. So we can do same day or we come back another day. Either one, it totally depends on the woman, right? Most people prefer same day now because of COVID, so they don't have to
Yes.
come back another day. You just do it once and for all. Just book the day out, which is awesome, right? So we
Yeah.
sit down together, we look at the portraits. For people that do same day, of course, they're looking at their portraits straight out of camera, but they trust that their portraits will be retouched, and always portraits are always retouched, right? So they select the best ones, and almost everybody ends up with some form of, whether it's an album or whether it's a portrait storybox. And then some women would do like a mix of either the album and the storybox and something to hang on the wall, something that they can always look onto like
Nice.
every day and stuff like that. But it's always very different for each person. I don't box people into what they must have. I try to
Mm.
find out what works for their situations. Some people live in bigger houses, and some people, like lots and lots of people, live in condos, especially in our Vancouver area here. So some people really don't have that wall space.
Yeah.
So it maybe a story box or an album might be better for them. And some
Hmm.
people, some women just do this for themselves, or they also want to share some portraits with their partners. So
Yes.
whatever works for them, I help them figure it out. And it just, everything gets produced and packaged all nicely and gets delivered to them. It's always pretty cool. Yeah, so it's always different for each person, but they are always. I love that every woman is able to go home with something tangible,
Yes.
because I mean, it's digital world and all that fun stuff, but you put it on your phone or you share it on Facebook, and then what? And then that's it,
Exactly,
right?
exactly. You've got 5,000 other weird photographs in your phone and stuff. This is special. This is something that you want to show off and make special.
You want to have
So
for
you,
yourself too, you want to archive for yourself, and
yeah,
you want to be able to reach for it anytime, and just be able to, and for many of us too, it's legacy, right? You
that's
want to
right.
be able to share some of these portraits with people that come after you, your kids, grandkids, great grandkids, even
Yeah,
for those that you would never meet, and for them to be able to see you and know you, and no, like, oh, I mean, like, just imagine, like, family dinners, like maybe a holiday dinner, like some 50, 70 years, and you have like your great grandkids talking about, oh my gosh, in Grandma X's time, it was so, 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 she was so this and so that. And then one little kid goes, oh, what does she look like? And
yes.
then everyone's like, oh, I think I have a picture of her, but the iPhone is probably iPhone 20 at that
Yeah,
time.
iPhone,
And
oh,
the
iPhone
your iPhone
204.
10, I
Yeah.
know, right? Your iPhone 10, they can't even find it, you can't unlock it, but they can bring out those tangible portraits that exist for such a long time, and they can enjoy it and be like, oh, this is what she is. Look at her photo right here. And
Yes.
that is one of the things that I love to see, for every woman that I photograph, and for their loved ones too. So it's not just the women; it's together with their loved ones as well.
And it is a bit addicting once you do it once. I had certain clients, they want every year, they want to
Yep,
come back. Sometimes they came back for 2 different sessions within
yep.
6 months. Like, it's just such a thrill to get done that
It is,
you think it's going to be
and
scary, but
no, it's not.
not.
And that it's a testament to the effect. It's kind of like going to the spa, right?
Yeah.
It's beyond, oh, I'm just taking nice pictures and that's it. It's because of how it makes them feel afterwards. You
Yes.
want it, you want that experience again and again, because sometimes you just need a boost of that confidence again. Maybe something happens and you're like, I just need to pick myself up again. And this helped me the last time. I just do it one more time. And also you want to kind of see yourself, how you're changing,
Yeah,
right?
you
You change
morph.
every time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You just want to see, and you look back on it and you're like, oh my gosh, look at me 6 months ago, look at me now. It's
Yes.
fun. And yeah, definitely, I definitely recommend that, women come back and do it again, like at least at least every year, do it a little bit,
Yes.
do it a little differently. Do it with your partner, do it with your loved ones, maybe your kids, whatever. Do it by yourself, but just
I
keep
have
it
to throw
going
this
and
out
change
there.
it.
I have to throw this out there too, is
Yeah.
that it's the bomb to get some shots for if you're single and you're dating online. We used to have women like they didn't get any responses because of how their photos looked,
Oh
it
yeah.
was just not good angles, good lighting, and they can't really see their beauty. And so we
Right.
would, do photos and then even help them with their dating profile, get their shots
Yeah.
up, and you could
Yeah.
see the messages coming in as the photos
Yeah.
just went up. It's
I
like, whoop.
actually do get specific requests for that. I've gotten that occasionally, like dating profiles, they are a thing. And not, I mean, it's just for a thing like a dating profile, the person hasn't met you. It's about what they see first. It's that
Yeah,
first impression. And you gotta put you gotta put your best foot forward, right?
yeah,
You gotta let them see, and then I mean that's why you're on a dating profile, right? So you gotta let them see, and that draws them into getting to know, oh my gosh, who is this person? And also it shows that you actually put an effort into it, like you really mean business. I'm trying to date here, and
yes.
I put some effort into it, and people recognize that and appreciate that.
And in a sea of profiles, it's nice if you have cute that stands out just a little
Yep,
bit, It's that
that's right.
you're advertising yourself. And that's another thing is that you not
Yeah.
only do that, but you also work with entrepreneur women to get their branding
Oh yeah,
looking a
that's true.
certain way as well, I noticed, right? Like that's another
Mhm.
one of your services.
I mean, just look at the past year, right, Laura? We've all pretty much been at home and online, right? There isn't much going out being done, so it's just no brainer now that if you're running a business of any kind, you want to be out there on social media. It's a whole different, right? Like
Yeah.
a year ago, well, a year and a half ago,
Yeah.
Zoom was just a thing, but right now Zoom is like the main thing, and you want it to look
Yes.
good, right?
Yeah.
So like you want people to know that the person behind the brand, like what you're doing, how you do what you do, the kind of person you are, you're professional, friendly, how what goes on behind the scenes with your work, all
Yeah.
that fun stuff, and helping helping women in business to create that social media presence is
Hmm.
is is very important, because then people can kind of feel like they're relating with you even before they even meet you, right? it's
Yes.
it's just a no-brainer anymore. So yeah, it's one of the things that I help women do as well.
And you could do likely a combo. Like if you're doing multiple looks, you can do a combo that's like one shot that's a little more business, another shot that's more sexy. You can do any variety in one photo shoot. Like it doesn't have to
That
be, multiple.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. I have done a number of those actually. Be like, I want some headshots too. I want some
Yeah.
fresh shots,
Yeah.
portraits, and I have done a number of those. So we do everything within one session because it's a day. You're basically booking out a day, right? So we go from everything I need for work to all the sexy to whatever it is that you want. It's always fun.
That's right. Yeah, we have more than one look, ladies, more than one look.
Yeah,
So, can you tell me a little bit about the special you've got going right now? The fabulous 40s,
40 plus.
40
Yes,
plus portraits.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we kind of touched on it a little bit when we started talking today. Like, of course, I do create portraits for women of all ages because I believe that women of all ages need to feel more confident. There's a lot, that's going on in our world today that
Yeah.
body positivity is something that I am very, very passionate about. And
Mm-hmm.
that starts from a really young age, helping them have like really good self-esteem because they see themselves, they know that they are beautiful, they feel beautiful, and they
Yeah.
they see photographs that help them to remember it. But more specifically, I realized that I love to photograph mature women because I enjoy helping them share their story and
Mm.
helping them see themselves the way they are right now. I believe that women, we are very, very critical of ourselves, especially when we start growing older and our bodies start changing, and you're like, oh my gosh, when I was in my 20s, when I was in
Yeah.
my 30s. But helping them to see that even right now, in this moment, as a
Mm-hmm.
mature woman, you are beautiful, You're
Yes.
special. You are worthy of being celebrated.
Yeah.
Your wisdom needs to, we need it. The world needs it. You
Yeah.
know, there's been so much, about, oh, we got to be this way. Women, we have to look that way, and it's usually about the stats, right? Your
Yeah.
bust size, your hip size, and all that. And then you look in the magazines too. You look in the media, and it's usually a lot of young women, and you feel that that's how women are supposed to look.
Yeah.
But the truth is that you look at all your friends and all the women around you, and they look like the everyday woman, but the everyday woman is also beautiful. And that's something that we
Yes.
shouldn't forget. Like the
Mm-hmm.
fact that you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 80s doesn't mean that you're less beautiful. It just means that your beauty now is different from your beauties in your 20s,
Yeah.
but it needs to be celebrated as well,
Oh,
because the
yes.
world the world is missing that, you
Yes.
know and to be able to, and so the Fabulous 40 Plus project is celebrating women in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and more, and sharing their story, with other women who are probably in a similar age group or who are still coming up, to understand that they're not alone in their feelings,
Mm-hmm.
in their life journey. They're not alone. There are other people who are going through similar things just like them. So for that project, there are three parts to it. It's creating portraits that women love to help them see themselves differently. It's also building a community of women because you want friends around the same age who get it, right? So
Yes.
we have a Facebook group where we just have fun with all the women, and then it's sharing your story with other women around you. So for the Fabulous 40 Plus project, we're planning an exhibition. It's likely to be a virtual exhibition with everything still going on right now. So, and then there's going to be a magazine as well for the 2020-2021 special that just features the story of all the women that are participating in it with their gorgeous portraits, and just helping to let the world see the beauty in mature women. So that's what the Fabulous 40 Plus
Oh,
project is about.
that's what, that's what I'm all about. That's what this channel's all about. That's all I've been
Yeah.
thinking is, why do you hit a certain age and you're almost irrelevant to the world because you're
Mm,
no longer between
mm,
17 and 29, like in that range.
right,
Most of your
right.
life, you're not in that range. So all of a sudden now we're forgotten. We're forgotten in beauty products. We're forgotten in everything, every
Mm,
image we see. I get so frustrated because they talk
mm,
about, oh, this brand is inclusive. It's inclusive. No,
mm.
it's not. You're including maybe multiple colors, maybe multiple genders, but you're not including
But
multiple
age,
sizes and multiple ages.
yeah,
Ma che cazzo? I'm Italian. I get so mad. What are
yeah.
you talking about? And when you tell me that you're going to be showcasing this, I'm flipping my mind out
Mm,
right now. I'm flipping my mind. And I know I got gals watching this who know me and know what I'm all about. And it's all about that. It's about, screaming loud and clear that we are not invisible. We are beautiful.
absolutely,
We're part of this world. We're important. And
absolutely.
quit
Yeah.
making us go away, like in
No,
pictures
you're
and
not
in
going
everything.
away. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. No, we're not going away because I mean, just look around you, for example, and look. I mean, I've spoken to so many of these women in the past year, and it just gives me great joy to be able to share their stories because, oh my gosh, the wisdom, the
Oh,
world needs that.
I got
The
chills.
world
Oh,
definitely needs that. Yeah, absolutely. The world definitely needs that. And it's just my joy to be able to do this and just bring it to the world. And I'm so glad. Actually got featured in about 4 local newspapers last year with this project. So I'm just excited to see how women go through that process, especially these mature women, and how they change. You
yeah.
know,
Yes.
the comments, the feedback is amazing. It
Oh,
is, and I'm just so happy that they can see themselves this way and they feel like, oh yeah, that's me. I am indeed important, and I still got it.
I
I had
still
one
got
woman tell me, I had one woman tell me, well, that one of the reasons she signed up for this was like she was turning 50,
it.
and
Mm-hmm.
of course you start feeling like, oh my gosh,
Oh,
wow,
God.
50, that's such a huge number and all of that. And like, okay, maybe I'm getting old now. And then she's like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not old, I'm not. And it's like, I just wanted to feel like I still had it in me. And you
Yeah.
still do, you still do. You just need to get it out.
You got to Rocky that stuff. I mean, I just
Yeah,
turned 50 this year and I was like,
amazing.
everything is sinking and falling. And I'm like, rocking it up. I'm like, no, you've got to, fight against that thinking and put yourself in a place where you're
Yeah,
better than you've ever been, not,
yeah,
fall and go
yeah.
invisible. It's just ridiculous.
Right,
So
right.
for women to take part in this, Caroline, then what do they do to take part of it? Just reach out to you and say, oh, I heard about that, showcase thing, or how does that work?
Absolutely. It's pretty easy. You can definitely find it on my website, but just reach out to me. The first step is I just want to get to know you first. That's
Yes.
always the thing for me. So
Yeah.
once you reach out to me, we're scheduling a phone call to just chat about this. Of course, my website is fractal.com/the over 40 revolution.
Ooh.
That's the that's a URL for that. So or just go to fractal.com and go to the menu, and then you see the Fabulous 40 Plus. And just click on it, fill in the form there, and yeah, sure, let's chat. Or chat me up on Facebook, and I can send you all the information.
Uh,
The,
do I
the,
have the
there,
Facebook link, your Facebook group? Did you send that to me?
Probably, I'm wondering, I might have even added you to the group, Laura. But if I
Oh my
haven't,
gosh. Well, I'm going to make
I
sure
will definitely
everything is
do that.
below. I'm
Okay,
going to make
okay.
sure
So
everything's below.
look below, and then you can get all the links.
Yes, because I would love to be part of that group. And also, I want to be kept in the loop when this showcase comes to,
Yeah, I would
fruition
love to.
because,
I would love to. Yes, it will. It will. Yeah. Well, basically, last year we were waiting to be able to gather physically again because that was the initial plan to
yeah.
have the exhibition physically, but it looks like coronavirus hasn't gone away, so it's still virtual.
Yeah.
So planning a virtual showcase now, virtual exhibition, but
Oh,
we're definitely doing it. The magazine, we're putting all that together and still doing sessions. So I'm still taking women in for the 20. So it's now the 2020-2021 group, and then we
yes.
keep going from there.
Oh my God. I'm so proud of you, if that's okay for me to say,
Thank
just
you,
because of what
Laura.
you're doing.
Oh,
Ah,
absolutely.
I'm hoping if you ever come to Victoria, maybe you could, sometimes you can get a hotel room and do some sessions like in different places.
Yeah,
If you ever want
yeah,
to like travel and,
yep.
maybe I can get some girls
It,
together on this
it
side of the
is
block.
definitely one of my plans. Again, COVID just has things structured differently with
I
everything
know.
going on, but I would love to do that. Yeah, we should chat about that and see how we can still work it out even with everything going on.
Yes, in future. So you are in the Vancouver area. If anybody's anywhere near you, then they can organize a Zoom with you to get the consultation underway, and you'll discuss, obviously prices completely vary depending on what you're going to do, how many
Absolutely.
looks, how many
It
photos.
is actually,
So,
it is like the session fee is very much discounted because I wanted as many women to be able to do this as possible. So if you go
okay,
on the website, you have the pricing information there, and it's heavy.
perfect.
It's about 40% discounted, the session
Oh,
fee. And then, of course, if you wanted anything additional to that, that's totally up to you. But I just want to be able to do this for as many women as possible.
yes, and they don't have to worry about safety. You've already taken that into consideration. All that's
Yep.
part of it. And it's not like there's a lot of people around. It's very quiet
No.
and, it's just
It's
you
it's
and
one client a day, it's one woman a day,
mhm.
and we follow all the work safe BC procedures for the COVID guidelines, sanitizing everything, even like the dresses, the outfits. We don't rotate outfits anymore like that. Everything gets laundered. It's a whole different world right now than it
Yes,
used to be. But
yes.
we the last 1 year we've been able to adjust to everything, and it's real smooth sailing right now.
Oh my gosh. Well, I can't wait for people to get a hold of you. I'm super excited about it.
I am
I'll let you go
excited to
because I know you
learn.
have a baby napping right now and you're just
That's
screaming,
okay.
I'm like, it's so crazy. But don't go anywhere. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody else first, and then I'll have you hang on for one more sec. So thank you so
Sure.
much for being here. And I
Thanks,
can't
Laura.
thank you enough. And I will link everything below. You guys, it's something you have to just trust us. this is something you have to do, because there's nothing else like it in this world. It's incredible feeling to get this done. So thanks everybody, and
thanks for having me, Laura.
Yes, we'll stay connected. Bye everybody.